Culture, which in Scots Gaelic means welcome to another episode of Stellaris. That's right, that space game we were playing. Now, when we last left off, we were doing things, I believe. So we will continue to do things. So, we're currently researching admin AI, which is going to give us that lovely research speed. We're going to also get some growth speed, so that our population will reproduce faster. We're still gaining a decent amount of unity, and in 2 months we'll be able to continue down the discovery tree, because we're seeming to be aiming for technology. Our food stock is still growing. We're still losing power, but I'm still not concerned. Our science ship has still got plenty of orders. As it stands, have a look at our situation log. Usually see. Guess you can only see it on. Oh,
construction complete.
Never mind. I was looking for the anomaly that we were looking for, but we actually found another one. So there's a 0% chance of failure for this one, which is, in my opinion, a fairly acceptable amount. We're going to get to boldly go, I think. Let's see where it leads. That's quite good. Yeah, we want that planetary survey corps, which will give us research equal to 1/10 of what we earn a month, which is not really that much. But every time we survey a planet, which is, or a system, I think. So that's what we're aiming for. We're going to find out what's in this asteroid belt of interest. We've yet to discover aliens as well, which is certainly something. This particular asteroid has an extrasolar capture, and appears to have been washed by some sort of exotic radiation as it plummeted through interstellar space before finally settling in the Edamar system. The original source of this radiation remains unknown, but the TRS Veshnab, which is our ship, the Faithful, that's more of the name, has been able to pick up a wealth of physics data by studying the asteroid's energy emissions. And we get the option Remarkable, which gives us some physics research. Quite a lot, which is pushing forward our research plans. What we're going to do is we're actually going to encourage free thought, so that we get a plus 5% research speed, and it will reduce the governing ethics attraction, which basically means that our people will stop believing in our government, but it's not going to be that damaging. We could probably increase, we'll upgrade our food buildings, just so that we can get that extra food. Probably would be a good idea to find somewhere to expand as well. We have these 2 planets that we could settle easily, which are as big as our home planet. Doesn't say much for our home planet, really, is it? We can also construct. We just finished our research on the administrative AI, so now we can continue going down the computing tree, or we could get upgraded laser weapons. Being that we haven't seen many aliens as of yet, I'm gonna take the basic combat roles in the hopes that it'll lead us to more research speed further down the line, I think. So we do have uncollected energy in this. We also have these 2 anomalies which we haven't researched yet, so we can order our science ship to go and do that now, and then get back to the other bit of science thing we've got to do. Specifically finishing researching all of these planets. Great many of them.
Research complete.
We've just finished our growth speed, genome mapping. Now we could take Frontier Clinic, which will give you an increased growth speed for colonized worlds, or border range. I have a feeling that I want border range more than that. But being that we're going to try and colonize soon, we'll take it. You know, because we know border growth will turn up again soon, and I don't think it's that critical at the moment. Because all we're really doing is trying to stack that research. Doesn't look like there's a scientist who's going to be useful for industry. Our other two researchers are doing quite well. We've received a new event, which is us finishing that anomaly, which is alien writing. Now, if you remember last time, we discovered alien writing on one of our home planets and we left it. So we found out that someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing onto the surface. The massive script covers a large portion of the planet's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary.
Research complete.
We've finished research on mineral processing, which will give us more minerals in the future. We're going to take powered exoskeletons because, well, why not? That'll give us more minerals and army damage. We're already a strong species, so we're already mining quite a lot, but this will give us that extra 5%. We can also construct a research station and a mining station over those two planets in our home system. Still losing energy, but we'll pick that back up once we build a station there. So we're now researching the anomaly we found on Garbarnog's dwelling in the new in our home system, and hopefully this will reveal something interesting. Strength from small spaces. Having probed the frozen landscapes of the moon, I can't speak today. Garbarnog's dwelling, we appear to have struck something big. Science officer Krap Ramar speaks of bacterial life form unlike any other. It bonds with individuals to form large blankets that are durable at light, and also act like solar cells. They absorb solar energy with a surprisingly low efficiency loss percentage, and most likely a result of evolution favoring those who could garner more heat in a harsh climate. Perhaps find out if it... The question is do we want to find a military use or try and improve energy production? We have an energy problem now, but I would like to find a military use for it. Honestly. Military development research has made progress. New defensive technology. Deflectors. So we got deflectors tech from that, and that's in the physics thing. Because we've researched this a bit, we can come back to it. We're going to do this now because it's only 8 months away from completion. And deflectors are small shields for your ships. And having shields would be really quite good. This early on, because it means that we would outclass anything we've yet to meet. We can construct colony ships. There's something we can do. We don't have the money. The monies. However, we can also construct some mining networks on our home planet. Will do.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly. Presence of an alien, foreign alien-made object on one of its many frozen mountaintops. So we'll research that because it has again a 0% chance of failure. The funny thing about these anomalies is sometimes they'll destroy your science ship, and that's just annoying. It's not particularly funny at all. Hopefully that won't happen to us in this playthrough, or if it does, it'll be so late that we don't care. We're still losing energy, which is a bit worrying.
Construction complete.
A whiff of something. The TRS Peshnab, the Faithful, has recovered an elongated metal box. Clusters of small perforations on 5 sides lead him to believe it is not a container but some sort of aerosol dispersal. Initial tests seem to confirm their suspicions, as trace aromatics still emanate from the object. A special project has been issued to confirm whether this might be an informational carrying device and the reception of atmosphere-borne chemical compounds that smells. Alright.
Situation log updated.
Allergimus, which is an odd word. Olfactory study. Go to. Well, we might as well do it because we have a level 3 researcher. We can find out about these smelly aliens. It's probably just like alien deodorant. But who knows? Oops.
Research complete.
We've also just finished deflectors. Now we can go to improve
Special
deflectors.
project complete.
Oh. The box is indeed a document of a sort. They'd been hoping for a historical record, but was disappointed. The true nature of this aromatic box seems to be a collection of fairly short narratives, which, going by the rapid change in odor towards the end of each sequence, are intended to surprise or be interpreted as comedic. The techniques used to store and reproduce specific smells is of some interest, but the tales it tells are not. The crew are left with the uncomfortable feeling that they have unwittingly become intimately familiar with what certain gaseous byproducts of an alien digestion smell like. However, Capramar is unwilling to speculate as to why the box was dumped on this frozen hellscape of a planet. Interesting. We've gained societal research from that, which is interesting as well. Now we could get a physics lab.
Complete.
We can go into more deflectors, or we could get research labs. Technology for physics. And being that physics is going to be quite important to us later on, we'll probably go with that. Also, we have these 2 places where we could research on our planet as well, which we can go and have a look at soon, hopefully. That system over there is absolutely full of stuff we could use. And it would give us quite a significant jump forward. So I think what we're going to do is we will probably build a frontier outpost around that star when we have the dosh to do so. Costs 139. So that may take a while. Right. Well, we will quickly pause and return just in a second. And as if like magic, we are back. The campaign to elect a new council is now underway. So at this point we need to choose whether we want Jessler back or not. The person who is yes to win is this person who gives us energy credits and deep influences. And they are the centrist party. I still quite like Jessler's traits, so we've supported him and hopefully now he will win the election. Right. When we left, we were going to start thinking about building a frontier outpost here to gain these minerals and the technology that's nearby. We can now choose Planetary Survey Corps. It'll give us that research points equal to 1/10 of our monthly gain when we're researching that, which is quite good. The mandate was unfulfilled, but we've re-elected him. This time around, we really do need to aim to build those 4 mining stations.
Research complete.
We finished research on Frontier Clinic. So we can now move on to something like... We'll get the biolab here as well. Excuse me if I plug my chair in. There we go. Right. Once again, we're still to meet anything, really. Which, obviously we're about the size of one planet, so that's not really that surprising. Our science ship has stopped sciencing. There is actually a special project that we have not yet. We haven't got that level 4, so send them back to research. So as it stands, our form of the form of space travel that we chose requires ships to jump from these kinds of stations, which look surprisingly like the Mass Effect ones.
Construction complete.
And we only have one at the moment, so basically for each time that we send our science ship out, it has to jump from our home system to a new system, back to our home system to the next system, and so on and so forth. We've constructed that mining station, which has resulted in us losing money. Well, energy credits. At 1 a turn, which is a bit concerning. There's another place where we could build another energy factory here. So hopefully when we have enough minerals to do so, we will. And we can either grow or move a pop over. Preferably before we go bankrupt.
Research complete.
Finish research into what is it called?
Anomaly found.
Well, it's all good today. We finished quantum theory, which gave us physics labs. We're going to research capacity overload because we want more energy. We also found an anomaly here. So we'll just order them to research it now. It is signs of an ancient precursor civilization on that asteroid, which is a benching, which is almost common in every single game of Stellaris. So it's not surprising that we found one. So it does look like from this map the Edamar system is the place to go. It will give us access to the 4 over there as well. We found a Voltanum asteroid mining base. TBR-233D is covered in impact craters from asteroid collisions, but one stands out. It appears to have been created through the detonation of some kind of antimatter device. There is evidence elsewhere on the asteroid's surface indicating that it was heavily mined by the Voltanum at some point roughly 12 million years ago. The large crater we found was presumably the location of their mining outpost. Manning outpost. Oh.
Situation log updated.
So we now have in our situation log mining base and asteroid base to research. And our scientist who is almost level 4 and able to do those. Now, we've arrived at the robot tech in robotics. We might actually get it. We will get it. We'll be brave. Obviously you can research robots and that's fine. But if you... Eventually down the tree is synths and that's a bit worrying. I don't think we really want to get to the synthetic stage. So... we'll have to be cautious with each step, really. We are really roaring through these technologies. Which is very good for us. It means that we'll be hopefully quite advanced in comparison to aliens that we meet. And research speed is affected by the population, which is why we haven't really aimed to expand. And we do have this 24% technology speed, because we have the genius here. Also, the scientist's level affects the research speed as well. It's good to try and keep them researching the right thing. In fact, we can swap out... No, we can't swap out. He's not an industry engineer. So obviously, if you match up your scientists to the right thing, although it's very hard to do that, and you usually just have to try and pick your favorite tech type when you're recruiting one, if you even have that kind of an option, really. We've found a primitive alien civilization on Jurg Faluk in the Gay system. Late medieval age. In feudal society. We should consider building an observation post. The world. So this is the Ganlarev civilization, who are on a frozen world. Which is interesting. Now what we could do is we could invade this primitive world, enslave the occupants, and eventually move our own people over there, because it is a frozen planet. That is an option available to us. Obviously we need to closely consider that, because that will... The first aliens we meet, conquering them, maybe not the best start to becoming a peaceful conquest of the galaxy. But it is the conquest part, at least. As it stands, there's not much to build. We almost have enough to... In fact, we do have enough to build a frontier outpost. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to build it on Edamar. So, our construction ship will do that. That'll claim that area of space, roughly, under our banner. And I believe this episode is...
Situation log updated.
Oh.
Evading hostile fleet. Science ship under attack.
Oh my. Okay, well. We will delay ending the episode until we've looked through all of this. Okay. There's a hostile fleet called an enigmatic fortress in Alioth. Okay. Let's view... dash to that. Oh my. Well, this is interesting. It's an ancient vault, and it is currently... The military power estimation is just a skull, which is always a good sign. So we've detected some kind of utterly massive space installation drifting quietly at the edge of the Alioth system. Although preliminary scans show it to be very old, the structure has intense power signature. Several smaller structures have been seen floating near the main installation. All of them appear heavily armed. If we are To learn the true nature of this ancient relic, we will likely have to overpower its defenses through force of arms. That will not be easy. We have detected some form of alien vessels. We've been flagged as Delta aliens until we can learn more about them. We now have investigate Delta aliens, which we're going to do before we end the episode because we're very interested in this space system here, Alioth. It's just destroyed our science ship and our scientist, which is a bit of shame, really. They didn't need to do that. First contact. I don't know if it really counts as first contact, being that we did meet small sentients there. They're just not as advanced as us. But in this case, this was not a good first contact. In fact, if anything, this was a bad first contact.
Research complete.
So when this special project comes off work, if there's not anything interesting that we've learned about these Delta aliens, then we will end the recording here until next time. Till next episode, I suppose. You should also look out for probably some RimWorld gameplay. I think that's coming your way. Hopefully it will be as interesting as this. Oh, it turns out that the thing that we've researched is space amoebas, which is slightly different from that. So we've issued a special project for them, and we will study them next time. I hope to see you then.